Well, hello there. We're here. We weren't here yesterday, and we that may happen. Uh, University, school, lack of rest, normal things. But you know what? We're here today, and we're going to continue that amazing story that we've been doing. And later on today, I will get everyday miracles up. Yes, uh, we're just going to do two in a row, in a sense. You'll see. Anyway, enough about that. Wisdom. Well, there's always a lot of that, isn't there, from God? You know, one of the most powerful pieces of wisdom I ever received was about the Lord's Prayer. And there's many points on that. Maybe we'll go over each one of them. The one that I wish to go over today is my daily bread. Yeah, people go, well, isn't that coin? Well, yeah, it's definitely coin. All those little things that you may require that you can be thankful for that God is going to provide, yes, but much more. I was um, in the area of the Middle East in Israel, actually just outside of Jerusalem. And I met a very interesting man, and he taught me much more about daily bread. We won't go into a lot here today, but there is more. We can thank God for everything. It's already done. We can be thankful, grateful, full of gratitude that those things are covered. But what is covered? What is that? Well, nourishment, of course. That's what bread is, or was, and still is. You know, it represents nourishment. It means being nourished. What does that mean? Well, it means that every single thing that is required and necessary for us to go forward is available. Now, there's a list of things. We'll go over those over the next little while. We can poke at them here and there. Uh, the replenishment of breath, yes, air. We breathe it. Just imagine if you just was grateful for the ability to breathe there. I mean, sometimes the air gets a little rough. It does for me. And I thank God that I have the ability to breathe. But that is nourishment. He's allowing me to breathe. He allows my heart to beat. He allows my mind to think. Those are just a few things. There are many more. People go, well, I could probably think of those. Yes. You think of every time that God creates a miracle in your life. Yes, miracle. Something that cannot be done by ordinary means. Miracle. Something that can only happen because God wishes it to happen. Miracle. Uh, Most of those we don't even see. But think of this for a minute. Let's say your favorite cereal hasn't been seen on the shelf for 6 to 8 months. It just hasn't. You ask and oh, it wasn't popular, not likely to be brought back in. All grocery stores in your area don't carry it. And you ask very simply for your daily bread as you're praying the Lord's Prayer as you're moving into your morning, which you may do. And you go into that grocery store and somebody accidentally ordered a couple of boxes and they're mostly gone, but there's one. One. In a very busy grocery store with a lot of people going by and a lot of people saying, that's what's my favorite cereal when I was younger, dot, dot, dot. And you now have a box of that cereal that you can put in your cart and go and pay for and go home and eat. Hmm. Miracle? Well, does it look like one? Well, to you probably no. It's just somebody made an error in my favor. Oh, let me explain what that error would have taken. Yeah. It wouldn't have been on a sheet anywhere because it was already decided that it didn't make money, so it was already moved off. That means it would be somewhere in the archives, if at all. So somebody would have to write it in as other or something on an order sheet somewhere, either physical or digital. And somehow that happened. Then a manufacturer who doesn't get an order for that very much probably doesn't have a lot of it and goes, oh, 2 boxes I can handle. So I say that's 10 or 20 boxes. Yeah, we can do that. We can add it to this order. These people are nice. Oh, we don't have any. We have to make it. We have any ingredients? Yes, we do. Okay, but it's not here. It's at the other warehouse. Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to get it trucked over. See what's happening? Now they get a hold of those ingredients. Now they have a truck moving that they don't usually have moving. It arrives and they can make that product. Then they have to retool a line to make that product because it hasn't been made for a while and everything is tooled for different things. So I have to go into the warehouse where all the parts for all the machines are and go, oh yeah, there it is. It used to be popular, remember? A long time ago. Kids loved it. Okay, let's make some. Of course, they're not making 20 boxes. They're going to make a full run. There'll be a couple of skids. They'll be sealed in proper packages, wrapped and ready to go out the door if something happens. That, of course, all has to be approved by the higher ups that decide to do that nice thing of, okay, we want 20 boxes here, we'll send them. It's a bit of a go, but we'll get it done. Maybe they'll need more, so we'll make more. And what may also happen is that guy may phone the store and say, 20 bucks is kind of small. I'm having to reset everything to do this. How about I give you a skid for this? And they go, oh, all right. Yeah, we'll take the skid. Why not? Who knows? It's a complete oops. But then since it's ordered and it's already being made, we'll take it. Now that box sitting on your grocery shelf is a miracle, isn't it? All of those things had to happen. And God made sure all of those happened. It wouldn't have happened without God because the cereal was gone, not being made anymore. But all of a sudden, your favorite cereal will be on that shelf every week and you'll be buying it, you'll be liking it. There's your miracle. You think that isn't, but I do. Ask your daily bread. That's because that morning you asked for your daily bread and some part of you was going, oh man, it'd be so nice if I could have a bowl of that cereal. And God goes, okay, that's not the greatest thing for you, but as long as it's not done in excess, it's an okay thing, so let's get it for them. All that stuff comes together. Now, what is the real miracle is you asked that day, box is on the shelf. Think of this. You now know what all had to happen to get that box there on that day. Miracle? Yes. So we'll leave it there. If you want to get a hold of me and start healing, here I go again. Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me. And you just reach out, I'll send you a link, and you make an appointment and we can talk. That one's without charge. Never know what you'll hear that could be part of your healing puzzle. We'll leave you there. Well, you know, it's been a good day, but a long day, as they would say. Yeah. He has, you know, got himself through all of these moments and pieces and had a nice back rub from the washer lady, and he's now resting. And he wakes to the morning light. Wow, that's amazing. And the pilot's ricking on his door, going, I need to get out of here. Well, you know, there's no morning light, but he woke to it. He looks at his old pocket watch. Yeah, this is 5:15. He woke before this guy. He was chatting with God and doing all those things. And no morning light, but God gave him light. Wasn't there a burst of light in the room? Huh. Anyway, let's not try and figure out a miracle. Um, he goes to the door and he goes, "Yep, yeah, they have that all planned. They're going to do the same thing they did to get you to land." Oh, good. When is that happening? I think they're already mostly out there. I just have to drive you out. Oh, good. They've got everything working. Um, well, no, but we will have. Oh, that's all right. Can't go right away, can I? No, no. But I'll drive you out. They're all out there. They're going to help me. Uh, that's going to take hours down to an hour or so. Pull it all down. They're all got some mechanical ability. Clean parts, put them all back together. Make sure we replace any that have got messed up. Make sure all your wires are doing what they're supposed to. That's an older beaver, but we can make her nicer, stronger. The guy goes, chuckle, chuckle. I remember those words from something somewhere. Yeah, so do I. So they get in the vehicle and down they go. And he goes, just, if you don't mind, I'll just kind of rock out here in the seat and have a little bit more rest. I got up early because I thought I had to fly out, and then I realized the plane still has to get fixed. Yeah, don't worry. Between your toolbox and my toolbox, we'll get it done. And they arrive, and yep, there's 15 people there and their vehicles. So yeah, they can light it up. That's what they do. And that's because of the kindness of this lady. It's going to be coming back, and the plane has to be in good working order. So he goes, I have a better plane than this, a Cessna, but I couldn't dare fly it right now with all these solar flares. It would take out all the fly-by-wire stuff, and I'd be stuck. Yeah, well, the Beaver is going to be a real good, solid plane for you that doesn't get taken out by solar flares, right? Yes. Everything is literally mechanical. So after about an hour and a half, they have pulled down the engine, cleaned the engine, f fixed the one piston because it got twisted. Ooh, that didn't look good. But the guy happened to have some of those parts sitting in his cargo hold. So yeah, that goes in, and these guys are really good, and they work together. He finds a seal, he seals it all up, and he fixes the couple of the original issues that they had. Goes through and finds one of the two guide wires for the back tail is quite frayed, so he wants to replace that. But he looks in the cargo hold, nothing. Looks in his toolbox, nothing, and then a person from the reserve with a big old truck goes, "Oh, I got at least two or three of those kicking around here somewhere. Just give me a minute." Ah, there it is. Have to keep my plane running, and now we actually have a place to put it that's not 100 miles away. Yay! But I hear you're tearing down the barn. Could you be talked into doing something else instead? Well, I require a garage to work in. Maybe I'll put it out here instead of by my house. I don't know. Like that house though. Well, that's kind of the thing. We've been waiting for somebody to come along and like that house that wishes to stay. Well, that would be me. Well, Joseph, here's that wire. Let's make sure that plane's 100%. And I went through. This guy pulled out a brace welder, and the other fellow beside him, well, he pulled out another brace welder. He said, "Let's get this sucker a little bit more strength." And so I went through and tacked in and fixed holes, and I was able to carry more. And in about 2 hours, she was ready to rumble. And he got in, checked everything. He said, "Wow, that hasn't even worked for a long time. What'd you do?" "Well, I rebuilt the radio," Joseph said. "It's a mess, like everything else." "Well, I haven't used it in a long time. Poor thing's been sitting in the barn for a while. And then the Cessna, I might as well sell." "No, yeah, there are ways to revive it if you wish, but I suppose, do you have any other beavers?" "Well, I have a double engine, but she's in rough shape. She'd get here. Um, it would be good to get it running again too, because it can take the heavier stuff. The D9, well, we won't even talk about her. She needs a bit of work too, but she's a horse. She'll get here. If you can give her a bit of a look over, I'll figure out something for you." And the chief of the reserve, and that's what he says. It's got big chief right on his shirt. So hey, big chief, no fart. Uh, and on the back, big fart, no chief. He has a sense of humor. Walks over and goes, "You've been helping out people all over the place here. And I hear you require a garage. I issue the R band, not the one you've already connected to, that other chief over there, the one I know. We've two chiefs. Too many chiefs. Anyway, I am the funny chief. He's the mining chief. Well, anyway, we, you know, it's interesting. My reserve stops where his starts. Ah, bureaucrat. Amazing creations of God. That's all I can say. But anyway, all that to say, our band will get you a garage. Nice one. Prefab. And if you can get that D9 to hum, it can probably be brought in, right? "Oh yeah, that's easy," he said. Uh, and the chief smiles and goes, "And then my son would have a job back, right?" "Yeah, I would." "I do need a co-pilot for the D9. Okay. Is it in good enough shape to bring one of those in?" "Oh yeah, I could do that. But also like to bring in the beaver." "Well, how about you fly my son out and he'll fly the beaver in first. Can you bring the D9 in on your own for one load?" Yeah, I can." And Joseph looks up and goes, "Oh, no, you couldn't." "Oh, I could. I can't fly anything new. These newfangled gadgets I can't get near, but in my military stuff, I had to do a lot of things that normal people don't do. I don't have a pilot's license, but I can be your co-pilot." All right. Well, that solves that problem. Where's the boy? What do you think? Sleeping in the back of the truck. It's always sleeping. "Hey, worked all night, you know, on my grader. I've still not got it though. Doesn't quite have the knack for diesel as well as aircraft." "Well, you know who does?" "Yes, Joseph. I can get you out to fix that grader." Haven't been out there, have you? Well, it's about 110 clicks that way. Yeah, we're not close in a way of close, but we still hang out together. And the other chief walks over and goes, "You're still wearing that shirt." Hey, I wear that shirt every second day. I love that shirt. Thank you for it. Oh, oh, I see you're wearing the thing. Yeah. Too many chiefs, not enough cooks. Yes. Not enough miners on the back. I got that one handmade. Yes, sir. He likes it. But they're yabbling and laughing. And so he goes, "Well, I gotta get going. If you want to get that nice lady back here and cooking for you." And Joseph said, "All you have to do is," and the washer lady said, "I don't worry about it. We'll turn on the oven. I saw that you made all those pancakes and stuff. When did you make those?" In between where everything else was getting made. And was, you know, and then the chief goes, "And I got bacon. Boar bacon. Oh my, you got boars out there?" "I had a few, yeah." They don't mind this weather at all. So, well, that's awesome. I like boar. Oh, good. We'll drop you off some. You do a lot of work for us. You don't realize it. You're gonna be doing more, of course. So he goes over and he goes, "You ready?" And the guy goes, "Yep." And I got it turned around and they light up anything that they need that might have a shadow and checks the direction. He's like an old pilot with a leather helmet on his head. And I say, "I believe that you still have a nose." "Yeah, I do." And also said, "Well, I'm as ready as I can be." Mm. So they taxi and they lift off and off they go. We'll leave it there. Yeah, I know. I did it again, didn't I? Well, let's leave this way. We come before you, Father, and we ask for a blessing of joy and peace and abundance, and the nature of wisdom, that you would help them understand who you really are and what you're there for. Ultimately, to be a friend, ultimately to help us out, and you just want to hang with us. Isn't that amazing? Yes, there are some things that you require to shift and change, and you will help us do so. We are so eternally grateful for all of that. And for those that haven't, and to those that have had it for the 100th time, we push back that darkness and we leave you in this place where God can come and be with you. That's what we do. We ask for courage and strength and grace and mercy as we go. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allow all glory to flow. The Father, Spirit, Son, this is, and so this is. Amen. So, when you rest well. When you wake well. And know that your path is well led by God. Blessings.